Now, in the meanwhile, we have successfully registered our Honorable Minister, Shri KT Ramarao Garu, and Shri Jayesh Ranjan Garu as our very special guests for the PLASTINDIA 23. Thank you for launching the PLASTINDIA's 23's mobile app and registering at the very start of it. We look forward to your gracious visit at our show in New Delhi. So once again, may I hear a big round of applause for this. Thank you. Shri KT Ramarao, a visionary leader with an unfettered passion, is the pillar of strength for all-round development of Telangana. He has been striving to transform the nascent Telangana into golden Telangana. An erudite scholar with 2 postgraduate degrees, MSc in biotechnology from Pune and MBA in marketing and e-commerce from New York, Shri KT Ramarao Garu is the guiding force behind multifaceted usage of technology and rural and urban transformation of Telangana. He was awarded as the most inspirational icon of the year 2015 by CNN, IBN, and RIDS magazine. Minister for Industries and Commerce, Information Technology, Electronics and Communication, Urban Development, and Municipal Administration in Government of Telangana, we are keen to hear the much-awaited speech, so we welcome you to the podium with a vibrant sound of claps.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam. Firstly, I welcome Sri Jagdish Doshi ji, Mr. Rajesh Shah, Mr. Kamath, of course, Hamare Bhabhi ji, Padmaja Garu, and Mr. Gupta, Principal Secretary, Industry and Commerce, Shri Jayesh Ranjan Garu, to all the dignitaries, to all the members of PLASTINDIA 2023 who are gathered here from, all the dignitaries of the plastic industry from Hyderabad, from Telangana who are gathered here. I welcome you all. I firstly thank the PLASTINDIA team for choosing Hyderabad right after Gujarat. You've chosen, to start your promotion from Hyderabad. We're thankful to you for that. As Padmaja Garu pointed out, the industry here is quite vibrant, and we, of course, would love to see it grow further, become more robust, become more powerful, create more employment, create more wealth for the state. But पहले मैं एक बार जगीश भाई को एक चीज़ याद दिलाना चाहता हूँ. हाँ, हम लोग मिले थे 5-6 साल पहले. अहमदाबाद हम लोग गए थे, वहाँ प्रमोशन कर रहे थे तेलंगाना की, क्योंकि तेलंगाना तभी बनी थी. 8 साल पहले तेलंगाना का फॉर्मेशन हुआ 2 जून 2014. तो हमारा फ़र्ज़ था कि सारा दुनिया चले, बताएं कि एक नया राज्य आया है जिसका नाम है तेलंगाना, and which is open for business, which is welcoming of investments from all over the world, which is very business friendly, which is very business like. The government here is very keen to promote investment. तो उसी सिलसिले में हम जब अहमदाबाद गए तो we met at a common friend's place, one Mr. Ganpat Rai Chaudhary and Siddharth Chaudhary. So in that context, in fact, I had met a number of entrepreneurs from Gujarat. Jagdish bhai, मुझे पहली बात तो ये बताना होगा कि I think Gujarati entrepreneurs are world famous. I mean, entrepreneurship is in your blood. आपके लहू में, तो आपको कोई सिखाता नहीं कि बिजनेस कैसे चलाना है, क्या करना है. आप तो मतलब कल्चर ऐसा है गुजरात में कि entrepreneurship is something that is encouraged from a very young age. Unlike the rest of India, जैसे हमारा तेलंगाना है, कि मैं when I was in school, I was told कि भाई या तो तुम डॉक्टर बनो या इंजीनियर बनो. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा यही 2 ऑप्शन मिलते हैं. कभी का एक बार बोल देते हैं कि CA बनो या लॉयर बनो. कोई ये नहीं बोलता तेलंगाना में, आंध्रा में कि आप एंटरप्रेन्योर बनो. बट गुजरात में क्या है, 15-16 साल से काम में लग जाते हैं फैमिली बिजनेस में. और वैसे ही that culture of entrepreneurship which has been going on from generation to generation. So I was very, very impressed because that was my first visit ever to Gujarat, and I was very impressed with the entrepreneurship culture there. And I think that is something the rest of India can certainly learn from. I think on that one specific context of entrepreneurship and how enterprise is celebrated in Gujarat, I think the Gujaratis deserve a huge round of applause from all of us. Because entrepreneur होना आसान बात नहीं है. India में especially, to be an entrepreneur is not easy. I think we all agree on that. We all agree on that. Because wealth creators in India are looked at differently. बाकी दुनिया में wealth creation को celebrate करते हैं. Wealth creator को respect करते हैं. Wealth creator को poster boy मानते हैं. इंडिया में थोड़ा नजरिया अलग है कि किसी ने पैसा बनाया, बिजनेस चलाया, तो उसको पहली बात तो शेक की नजर से देखेंगे कि किससे कैसे बनाया इसने, कौन सी शॉर्टकट इसने पकड़ा, कौन से मिनिस्टर के साथ इसका संबंध है. My point is, I think India, if we really have to grow as a country, because we may say a lot of things. अजय जी बता रहे थे अपने प्रेजेंटेशन में, मैं देख रहा था कि हम लोग 6th लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी है, 3.1 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी हमारी है. अजय जी, आपको एक बात याद दिलाना चाहता हूं सर, 1987 में इंडिया और चाइना दोनों का जीडीपी एक ही था, $470 बिलियन. आज 35 साल बाद वो कहां है, हम कहां हैं? वो लोग बैठे हैं $16 ट्रिलियन पे, बस यूएस के एक कदम पीछे हैं. हम कहां हैं? हम ब्रिटेन और फ्रांस के बीच में फंसे हुए हैं. ये कोई फख्र की बात नहीं है हमारे लिए. इनफैक्ट वी शुड ऑल लैमेंट, वी शुड ऑल थिंक व्हाई इंडिया कुड नॉट डू व्हाट चाइना हैज डन. वी शुड ऑल सीरियसली contemplate, we should all seriously understand what the challenges are. And I think one of the fundamental challenges is the fact that entrepreneurship in India has not been promoted as much as it should have been in the last 35 years. We do not celebrate our entrepreneurs. We do not celebrate the culture of entrepreneurship. I think that has to change. That certainly has to be, brought about. That cultural change, that cultural shift has to be brought about. We travel all over and we meet investors all over. The one question that they keep asking, बहुत बार ये पूछते हैं हमें, especially यूरोप में, यूएस में जब जाते हैं और prospective investor से मिलते हैं, वो लोग पूछते हैं हमें कि अगर चाइना में कुछ हो सकता है इतना जल्दी, तो आपके यहाँ क्यों नहीं होता है? तो मैं बस उनको एक ही बात बताता हूँ, आपको भी वही बात बताता हूँ. मैं उनसे कहता हूँ कि भाई ऐसा है, चाइना जो है एक देश है, बहुत होमोजिनस देश है, मतलब एक सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ प्रोफाइल एवरीवेयर यू गो, वेरी वेरी होमोजिनस एज अ कंट्री. बट इंडिया इज अ वेरी डाइवर्स नेशन. इंडिया में हर 200 किलोमीटर में या हर 150 किलोमीटर में बहुत सारा चीज बदल जाता है. वी आर अ वेरी डाइवर्स कंट्री, वी आर मोर लाइक यूरोप. हमारे यहाँ 28 स्टेट्स हैं, 22 ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेजेस हैं, 300 से ज्यादा अनऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज है. हर 150 किलोमीटर में इंडिया में आपका लैंग्वेज बदल जाता है, डायलेक्ट बदल जाता है, ईटिंग हैबिट बदल जाती है, आपका थिंकिंग स्टाइल बदलता है, कल्चर बदलता है. इंडिया इज अ वेरी वेरी डाइवर्स कंट्री दैट वे. इनफैक्ट आई कीप गिविंग द एग्जांपल, जयेश रंजन जी और मैं दोनों भी एक ही गवर्नमेंट के लिए काम करते हैं, बट वो जो भाषा बोलते हैं अपने घर में और मैं जो भाषा बोलता हूं हमारे घर में, इन दोनों में इतना फर्क है. वो हिंदी बोलते हैं, मैं तेलुगु बोलता हूं. इतना फर्क है जितना कि फ्रेंच और जर्मन में. मैं यही समझाने की कोशिश करते रहता हूं बाहर, और मैं यही बोलता हूं बाहर हमेशा जब भी कोई प्रोस्पेक्टिव इन्वेस्टर मिलता है, मैं उनसे यही कहता हूं कि इट ऑल डिपेंड्स ऑन द गेटवे यू चूज टू एंटर इंडिया थ्रू. क्योंकि इंडिया इज नॉट वन एंटिटी, देयर आर 28 डिफरेंट इंडियाज. आप कौन सी एंट्री पॉइंट लेते हो उस पर आपका एक्सपीरियंस इंडिया का डिपेंड करता है. मैं कोई और राज्य के बारे में गलत नहीं कहूंगा, बट ये जरूर कहूंगा कि आप तेलंगाना से अगर एंटर करते हो तो बहुत पॉजिटिव आपके एक्सपीरियंस रहेंगे. जैसा अभी जगीश भाई बता रहे थे, आपको मिनिस्टर अपना मोबाइल नंबर देगा, प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी बोलेगा कि मैं आपको चार्टर फ्लाइट भी भेजूंगा. हम लोग बात ही नहीं करते हैं सर, आपको बताना पड़ेगा. ये चार्टर फ्लाइट की जो आपने बात की, एक एग्जाम्पल मैं देता हूं आपको. कोविड के दरमियान मैंने एक न्यूज आइटम पढ़ा था पेपर में, इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स में एक आर्टिकल था कि एक कंपनी है किटेक्स, जो दुनिया का सेकंड लार्जेस्ट किड्स अपैरल मैन्युफैक्चरर है. दुनिया का सेकंड लार्जेस्ट किड्स अपैरल, बेबी और किड्स अपैरल जो गैप में, ओल्ड नेवी में, बनाना रिपब्लिक में सारा दुनिया खरीदता है, वो बनाने में सेकंड लार्जेस्ट है. वो केरला बेस्ड है. तो उनकी वहां पे कोई प्रॉब्लम हो गई केरला गवर्नमेंट के साथ, और उनका जो इन्वेस्टमेंट था 3,500 करोड़ का, जो केरला में वो लगाने वाले थे, थोड़ा नाराज थे, तो कोई और राज्य की तरफ देख रहे थे, श्रीलंका की तरफ देख रहे थे। उनके पीछे बहुत सारे लोग ऑलरेडी थे। तो मैंने न्यूज़ आइटम देखा एक मंडे के दिन इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स में। तो मेरी एक आदत है, बुरी आदत है, हर दिन मैं 13 न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ता हूँ और उसमें जो भी दिखता है तो एक फ़ोटो ले लेता हूँ, फिर मैं अपने टीम को भेजता हूँ व्हाट्सएप में। मैं जयेश जी को भेजा, बोला कि ये आदमी कौन है, पकड़ो इसको। आप मंडे के दिन मैंने फ़ोटो लिया सुबह, जयेश को बोला कि भाई इसका कुछ करो, इमीडिएटली इंतज़ाम करो। तो जयेश ने इमीडिएटली उनका फ़ोन नंबर कहीं से पकड़ लिया, मुझे भेजा। तो शाम तक, मंडे के शाम तक मैंने उनको व्हाट्सएप किया, जो साबू जेकब करके उसके एमडी थे, उनको मैंने व्हाट्सएप किया कि मैं मिनिस्टर हूँ तेलंगाना का, मैं आपसे बात करना चाहता हूँ। उन्होंने उत्तर नहीं दिया, कोई जवाब नहीं दिया। मैं बोला यार कम से कम इतना इज्जत तो दो, जवाब तो दो। कोई जवाब नहीं। तो मैं बोला जयेश जी को यार पकड़ो इनको, जवाब भी नहीं दे रहे यार मुझे। तो फिर जयेश जी ने उनको कॉल लगाया, तो वो बोलते हैं मुझे लगा कोई प्रैंकस्टर है, मुझे लगा कोई ऐसे ही बोल रहा है कि मैं मिनिस्टर हूँ, क्योंकि आजकल तो बहुत सारा साइबर फ्रॉड चल रहा है, कोई भी ऐसे ही बोल रहा है मिनिस्टर हूँ। बोले नहीं नहीं नहीं, हमारे मिनिस्टर है। सो देन व्हाट हैपेंड इज, नेक्स्ट डे ट्यूसडे आफ्टरनून, मंडे के दिन हमने देखा न्यूज़पेपर में, ट्यूसडे आफ्टरनून अराउंड 3 o'clock, मी, जयेश एंड मिस्टर जेकब, वी वर ऑन अ कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल टुगेदर। और कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल में हम लोग बात कर रहे थे। देन आई सेड प्लीज कम टू हैदराबाद, विजिट अस, एक बार मिल तो लो, बात करो, देन विल डिसाइड व्हाट टू डू। तो ही सेड सर यू नो ट्रैवल रिस्ट्रिक्शंस, कोविड प्रॉब्लम है, मैं देख के बोलता हूँ, आई विल जस्ट पिक माई फ्लाइट्स, choose the dates and then come back to you. I said, why don't I do this? Why don't I send you a chartered flight? He was zapped. He was surprised, pleasantly, of course. He said, can I say this to the press here? So I said, listen, ek kaam karo aap, this Friday, because we are talking on Tuesday, this Friday I'll arrange the flight. आप फ्लाइट में चढ़ने से पहले बोलो वहां प्रेस को, वरना अभी आज ही अगर प्रेस मीट लगा के बोलोगे तो फिर केरला गवर्नमेंट आके आपके घर पे बैठ जाएगी, तकलीफ हो जाएगी। तो ही सेड ओके। तो दैट, इनफैक्ट फ्राइडे भी नहीं, थर्सडे के दिन, दैट वेरी वीक, within 3 days, he was boarding a flight in Kerala, in Cochin. He called all the press. He said, listen, this is how governments treat me. क्योंकि मैं वहाँ पे 22,000 लोगों को एम्प्लॉयमेंट दूंगा, तो मुझे ये गवर्नमेंट बुला रही है। उनको शायद 5-6 लाख का खर्चा होगा, बट मुझे इतना इज्जत दे के बुला रही है, ये खर्चे की बात नहीं है, पैसे की बात नहीं है, इसलिए मैं जा रहा हूँ करके उन्होंने वहाँ बोल के यहाँ आए। वो फ्राइडे के दिन आए। आने के बाद immediately we picked him up from the airport. We flew him to Warangal, which is where our KTR mega textile park is. We took him in a helicopter there. We showed him the place. He came with no intent. He came with zero intent. बस देखने के लिए आए कि है कौन, ये prankster है, fraudster है, कौन है ये, देखने के लिए आए। But वापस जब आए वरंगल से, he was so impressed. He said, sir, I came with no intention, but I'm announcing 1,000 crore investment today. And he announced it right then to the press. And more importantly, within 1 month, because you know your existing investor, our Chief Minister Shri KTR Garu keeps telling us, your existing investor is your biggest brand ambassador. अगर वो खुश है, 10 लोगों को बोलेंगे। अगर उनका ठीक ठाक चल रहा है धंधा, उनको कोई तकलीफ नहीं गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से, और राज्य में कोई उनको इरिटेशन नहीं है, तो वो खुद बोलेंगे 10 लोगों को, प्रमोट करेंगे अपने राज्य को, अपने स्टेट को, अपने क्षेत्र को, कि अच्छा चल रहा है, आप भी आ जाओ। तो he said, within 1 month, Mr. Jacob came again. He said, sir, initially 1,000 crore announced किया था, I'm announcing another 1,400 crore. Today, in fact, he's building another unit here in Rangareddy district, and we're also in discussion for a third plant. So that's how we work, जिगीश भाई। तो मैं सब कहानी इसलिए बोल रहा था जिगीश भाई को कि उन्होंने भी वादा किया मुझे, जिगीश भाई ने, पर चले गए वेस्ट बंगाल। हमारी दीदी भी अच्छी है, जिगीश भाई, दीदी भी अच्छी है, वहाँ पे भी आप करो, ईस्ट में भी चाहिए, आप वेस्ट में भी चाहिए, बट हम लोग सेंट्रल इंडिया हैं, हम लोग ना साउथ इंडिया है ना नॉर्थ इंडिया है। हम यही कहते हैं कि हैदराबाद ऐसी जगह है जहाँ नॉर्थ इंडिया मीट्स साउथ इंडिया, जहाँ आपको हर वो चीज़ मिलेगी जो एक नॉर्थ इंडियन को चाहिए, हर वो चीज़ मिलेगी जो एक साउथ इंडियन को चाहिए। तो मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि आप यहाँ पे भी एक यूनिट लगाइए, और प्लास्ट इंडिया से पहले ही, मतलब फरवरी से पहले ही एक ऐलान कर दीजिए, ताकि हमें वहाँ स्टेट पार्टनर बनने का और आप बाकी हमारे टीम को लाने का। और मैं देख रहा था नाम भी आपका विशाखा है, तेलुगु नाम है, तो आपको तो रहना ही है यहाँ पे। आप तो हमें जगीश भाई से यही रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा था मैं कि आप यहाँ आइएगा और ज़रूर एक प्लांट लगाइए, ताकि बाकी हमारे जो जितने भी लीडर हैं इंडस्ट्री के, उनको भी कॉन्फिडेंस मिले। मैं आपको एक और बात भी बताता हूँ जगीश भाई, यू आर नॉट द फर्स्ट गुजराती फर्म टू कम टू तेलंगाना। इन द लास्ट 8 years, we've had good success of Gujarati businessmen coming into our state. चिरीपाल है, एक बहुत बड़ी फर्म है, गुजरात से हैं। उन्होंने भी गुजरात के बाहर फर्स्ट टाइम अगर बाहर आए तो फिर यहीं पे आए। वेल्सपन का एक अंजार में गुजरात में एक बहुत बड़ा यूनिट है, 3000 एकड़ में उनका बहुत बड़ा यूनिट है। उनका गुजरात से बाहर मिस्टर गोयंका का दूसरा इन्वेस्टमेंट यहीं पे पहली बार, वो हमारे रंगारेड्डी डिस्ट्रिक्ट में बहुत बड़ा यूनिट उन्होंने लगाया। मैंने खुद उसका इनॉग्रेशन किया। उनका 500 एकड़ जमीन लिया, उसमें बहुत बड़ा यूनिट लगाया। इट्स गोइंग वेरी वेल। द थर्ड कंपनी, जयेश, व्हाट वाज द थर्ड कंपनी? सुप्रीम प्लास्टिक, ऑफ कोर्स वी ऑल नो सुप्रीम। सुप्रीम ऑल्सो वी मेट इन फैक्ट आई थिंक इन बॉम्बे, प्लास्टिंडिया में ही हम लोग मिले थे। और अगेन सुप्रीम ऑल्सो हैज कम हियर एंड दे हैव ऑल्सो सेट अप शॉप हियर। सो माई रिक्वेस्ट is Telangana, in fact, is possibly one of the most progressive states in India today. We are extremely friendly when it comes to business houses and creation of employment for our locals. We are committed. And I would also like to say one thing, and I was asking Jagdish Bhai also to clarify this to the media particularly. Plastic ban की बहुत बात होती है। Plastic single use और वो भी एक category वाले plastic ban है। मैं एक चीज कहना चाहता हूं, आई एम ऑल्सो द मिनिस्टर फॉर अर्बन डेवलपमेंट एंड म्युनिसिपल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन। टिल सच टाइम, इट्स अ गुड थिंग दैट वी आर banning non-biodegradable material. It's plastic, it could be plastic, it could be something else. But the fact is, unless you find an alternative, for the people at large, why do people use plastic? Because it's convenient, because it's cheap, because it's readily available all over the place. Unless we find a strong substitute which will encourage people and which is available all over, you know, name sake अगर एक कागज पे लिख दिए कि बैन है, नहीं काम होगा। एक ढंग का अल्टरनेटिव पकड़ना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद ही हम लोग इसको सख्ती से we can enforce it. Otherwise it will just be on the paper, another good thing on the paper. I am not saying it should not be banned. Please don't get me wrong. I am with the government of India, but we have to find alternatives. We have to ensure people at large understand, people at large appreciate that there are effective substitutes for single-use plastic. Till such time, हम लोग जो भी करें, उसका नतीजा ठीक से नहीं होगा। मैं क्योंकि अजय शाह जी भी हैं और जगीश भाई भी हैं, दोनों गुजरात से हैं, तो मैं एक बात कहना चाहता हूँ, गुजरात में अल्कोहल इज बैंड, बट मैं हाल ही में न्यूज़ देखा था कि वहाँ पे 38 लोगों की डेथ हो गई स्पूरियस लिकर की वजह से। मतलब मैं क्या कह रहा हूं कि अगर आप इरादा ठीक है, नेक है, मैं ये नहीं बोलता कि अच्छी बात नहीं है, बट उसका अमलावरी अगर ठीक से हो, effective substitution also has to be in place, otherwise things like these will only remain on paper, it will not work. In Telangana, in fact, plastic industry, as Padmaja Garu was pointing out, has been contributing to the growth of all sectors, because plastic is all pervasive. ऐसी कोई सेक्टर नहीं है जहां प्लास्टिक का यूसेज है ही नहीं। जो केन मैं पकड़ा हूं इसमें भी प्लास्टिक है। So that is the reality of life. Everywhere you look around you, there's plastic. In the television, in the remote you use, everything you use in your day-to-day life, there's plastic all around you. Now, like I said, agriculture, infrastructure, health, food, potable drinking water, everywhere. But we also have had some good success in recycling plastic. In fact, one of the industries that has come up in Telangana, which I'm very proud of, which I inaugurated recently in Warangal, is called Ganesha Ecosphere. It's, I think, a Mumbai company. They actually take all the PET plastic bottles and plastic waste, and they actually create fiber out of it. और वो fiber से फिर fabric बनाते हैं. These are the kind of things that will actually make
production overall consumption is there is a fine balance that is made.
Theme of the event.
Now, the other thing I just wanted to quickly also mention, before 2014, the number of plastic units in the state of
the keyword there is sustainability.
was about 10,000.
We need
now it has
to
grown to almost 15,000 units. Most of these units, of course, are small enterprises.
Brought into circulation
General turnover,
different forms of
as Padmaja Garu was pointing out, of almost 7,500 crores.
Overall consumption is
apart from the above, new ventures,
now, the other thing I
expansion of the
just wanted
existing
to quickly
industries
also
has also
mention, before
happened.
2014, the number of plastic units in the state of Telangana.
Some of the companies that have expanded, just to name a few,
grown
Supreme
to
Industries,
15,000 units.
Srinath,
Most of
Rotopack,
these units, of course, are
Vijay
small
Neha
enterprises,
Polymers,
generating
CPAL,
turnover as
Super
Padmaja Garu was
Olefins,
pointing
Sudhakar
out,
Group, of
almost
course,
7,500
popular
crores.
group here. Thank you, sir.
Apart from the
joining
above,
us.
new ventures
Excellent
and
initiatives
expansion of the existing
policies
industries
of
has also
Telangana,
happened with a
led
lot
by
of
our Honorable
enthusiasm.
Chief Minister KTR Garu.
Some of the companies
has
that have
certainly
expanded, just to
helped
name a few,
Telangana grow
Supreme
in industry
Industries,
sector.
Srinath
To
Rotopack,
support the
Vijay
industry
Neha
further,
Polymers,
TSIIC
CPAL,
has developed
Super
a dedicated
Olefins,
plastic
Sudhakar
park
Group, of course,
in about
popular group here.
144
Thank you,
acres
sir,
at
for joining us.
Tumaluru in
The excellent
Maheshwaram
initiatives and
Mandal,
industry-friendly
Rangareddy
policies of
district.
Telangana,
The infrastructure
led by
was
our
developed
Honorable Chief
for
Minister
the park
KCR
by
Garu,
spending
has
almost
certainly
123
helped
crores.
Telangana grow
A lot
in
has been
industry
made to
sector.
140 companies
To support
who have between all of them
industry further,
together invested
TSIIC
847,
has developed a dedicated plastic
created
park
direct employment
in about
to 5,000 people,
144
and
acres
almost
at
indirectly
Tumaluru
also the
in,
same number.
Maheshwaram
102
Mandal,
companies in this
Rangareddy
park
district.
have already
The
commenced
infrastructure
production,
was developed
while
for the
25
park
companies
by
are under
spending almost
construction.
123
As I pointed out,
crores.
some of the major companies in this
Allotment has
park
been
are
made to 149
Tirupal,
companies
Srinath
who have
Rotopack,
between all of them
Ciplo on Drip,
together
and
invested
Sprinklers,
847
Chakradhar Farm
crores
Equipment,
and have
and
created
Mahalakshmi
direct
Polymers.
employment to
Our
5,000
government has
people.
also encouraged
Almost
recycled plastic, like I
indirectly
pointed
also
out.
the same number.
Kundana Technotex
102
Private
companies in this
Limited
park
is creating a
have already
facility to
commenced
recycle
production,
plastic waste
while 25
and
companies are
develop
under
reusable
construction.
material
As I
with
pointed
an
out, some of the
investment
major
rupees
companies in this park
460
are
crores in
Chiripal,
Chandanvalli
Srinath
district.
Rotopack, Siflon
Like I
Drip,
just pointed out,
and
Ganesha
Sprinklers,
Ecosphere
Chakradhar Farm
has also
Equipment,
invested
and Mahalakshmi
400
Polymers.
crores into
Our government has also
sustainable
encouraged recycled
practices
plastic,
with
like I
respect
pointed
to
out.
plastic consumption.
Kundana
PLASTINDIA, of
Technotex
course,
Private
is a
Limited
good forum
is creating a
for the
facility
industry
to
to
recycle
understand what are the
plastic
new
waste
technologies that are
and
evolving,
develop
what are the
reusable
new
material
developments that are happening
with an
in industry,
investment of rupees
how we
460 crores in Chandanvalli in Rangareddy district.
industry has to grow, of
Like
course.
I just pointed
but
out, Ganesha
it cannot grow
Ecosphere
at the cost of environment.
has
That
also
is a
invested
philosophy of
400
Telangana
crores
government. So
into
therefore,
sustainable practices with
sustainability,
respect to plastic
which seems to be
consumption.
the theme of PLASTINDIA.
PLASTINDIA, of course,
so I don't
is a good forum
see any
for the industry
problem
to
in
understand what are the
associating
new technologies that are
with
evolving,
PLASTINDIA will
what
become
are
a
the new
partner,
developments
state
that are
partner.
happening in the
Jai
industry,
Sanjay Garu.
how we can all leverage it and grow further.
And we will
Industry
encourage
has to
our
grow, of
entrepreneurs
course,
also
but
to
it cannot
join
go at the cost of environment. That is a philosophy of
event in
Telangana
Delhi.
government. So therefore,
आजकल
we
हमारा
are
दिल्ली के साथ कुछ
focused
ज़्यादा
on
अच्छा नहीं चल रहा है,
sustainability, which seems
but
to be the theme of PLASTINDIA.
कोई
So I
बात
don't see
नहीं,
any
वो लोग अपना काम करें,
problem
हम
in
अपना काम
associating
करेंगे,
as
कोई बात
state
नहीं,
with
हमें
PLASTINDIA
कोई
will
तकलीफ
become a
नहीं
partner, state partner.
But
Jai Sanjay Garu.
I would only say one thing. I think let's all use this
And
forum and
we
this
will
platform
encourage our entrepreneurs
to
also
ensure that
to
we
join
get more business
the,
to Telangana, we get
event in
more
Delhi.
investment into
आजकल
Telangana,
हमारा
create
दिल्ली
more
के साथ
employment
ज़्यादा
into Telangana.
अच्छा नहीं चल रहा है,
And
but,
also, let's not forget, I think the
कोई
key
बात नहीं,
theme
वो
of
लोग अपना काम करें,
this
हम
event
अपना
and
काम
that
करेंगे,
event
कोई
also
बात
will
नहीं.
be
हमें
sustainable
कोई तकलीफ नहीं उस
practices.
बात से.
So let's also understand the best
I would
sustainable
only say one
practices.
thing. I think
Because
let's all use
I think the
this
most
forum and
important
this
thing
platform
from the industry
to
is all of
ensure
you are
that
from the plastic
we
industry.
get more business for
I would
Telangana.
just close it
We get
with
more
one line.
investment into Telangana. We create more
Self-regulation,
employment into Telangana. And also, let's
self-restraint,
not forget,
understanding of the dynamics of the
theme of
changing world
this event and
are
that
key
event also will be
to growing,
sustainable
keeping,
practices.
so
let's also
keeping
understand the
us,
best sustainable practices.
fast track.
Because
So my humble
I think the
submission
most important
to
thing
the entrepreneurs from the
because all
plastic
of you are
industry
from
here,
the plastic industry,
please pick up those
and I will
practices.
just close it with
Please
this one
come
line.
out with better ideas in terms of
Self-regulation,
sustainable. And let's make Telangana
self-restraint,
the shining
understanding
Gujarat
of the
will be the leader.
dynamics of the changing world are key to growing and keeping, keeping ourselves on the fast track. So my humble submission to the entrepreneurs from the plastic industry here, please pick up those practices. Please come out with better ideas in terms of sustainability. And let's make Telangana the shining example. While Gujarat may be the leader, and I have no problem with that, Telangana can also lead in sustainable practices and come out with more and more dynamic approaches which can lead the rest of the country and showcase to the rest of the country. Thank you very much. Jai Telangana, Jai Hind.
That was an absolutely, indeed, a delightful speech, and we just loved hearing you, sir. So it was a combination of words of wisdom and humor, and I'm actually, it's really on behalf of all our guests. Again, once a big round of applause for him, please. We look forward to your visit to PLASTINDIA 23 exhibition, sir, and to pave ways for industrial growth in Telangana. I now request Mr. Vimlesh Gupta Garu to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. I'll start with talking something about TAPMA. TAPMA is the Telangana and Andhra Plastic Manufacturers Association. This is a more than 50-year association which acts as a bridge between the government and the industries. We cater to more than 15,000 units here. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate and wish all the very best to Team PLASTINDIA for having planned a show which undoubtedly is going to be world class. Take it from me. I'm talking of experience of around 25 years. And thanks to the team for giving me the privilege of sharing the stage with young and dynamic lawmakers of Telangana, Shri KTR sir, Jayesh Ranjan sir. We have interacted with Shri KTR sir and Shri Jayesh Ranjan sir many times, and I am proud to let you all know that they are one of the most positive and pro-industry gentlemen. I need not elaborate more because see, you have heard from the horse's mouth directly. But they are the most positive and pro-industry gentlemen we can expect in any political or bureaucratic circles. It is because of their initiative that we have our exclusive plastic park, as mentioned by sir himself, at Mankal. Their efforts have brought the who's who of plastic industry to our state. Supreme, Welspun, Chiripal, Astral is on the way. And expansions of our local leaders, Sudhakar, Vijay Neha, Srinath Group, many more. I'm sure Vishaka Group is going to sign the memorandum before leaving the state. Sir, you must be aware that this park is almost full now. And from this platform, I request you to kindly initiate a phase 2 for the plastic park to enable the industry to sustain and increase its double-digit growth. Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you so much. I would like to thank the government of Telangana, especially our Honorable Chief Minister KCR Garu, our Minister KTR Garu, for easing the restrictions of the erstwhile Geo 111, because of which many industries, more particularly the non-polluting MSMEs, were facing many issues. At this juncture, I request you, sir, to kindly look into the matter and start issuing CFOs to particularly non-polluting industries. A lot of plastic industries fall in that area, sir. And now that we need to register for the EPR, it is a prerequisite compulsion that you need to have the CFO. Also, I request you to kindly induct one industry representative in the committee which is formed to decide on the formalities on the removal of the restrictions of this particular GO. Talking of exhibitions, I have seen many people. I myself have visited Dusseldorf, Germany for the K Fair, Guangzhou, Shanghai for the China Plus. It has been more than 25 years since I have been attending PLASTINDIA. Madam was telling that this is the third largest exhibition in the world. I'd like to differ from her, especially for startups, for MSMEs. I'll tell you, this is the largest exhibition of the world. I insist, I have been doing this even before. Anyone who is evenly remotely connected to plastic industry, be it a trader, be it a processor, be it an end user, they must surely visit PLASTINDIA. I'll bet it will be worth the time and energy spent. Sir, I'm also proud to share here that we will be having our own show also, Hyplex 23, next year, here in ITEX, Hyderabad, for which we are already getting very good response from the industry. One thing I'm sure everyone will agree, that exhibitions are not for profit of any association in particular or any commercial ventures. The good part, in fact, the best part is that these are by the industry, of the industry, and for the industry. I'd like to request from the audience, Anyone who is sleeping can raise their hand. Sorry, jokes apart. Anyone who has not used Google to raise their hand. Sundar Pichai sir will not be happy with you, Jaydev sir, but what I mean to tell you, I'll just 2 minutes, sir. What I mean to tell you is, sir, the exhibition will give you more information than what Google can give you. That I can tell you. Don't miss the exhibition at any cost. I'll just take another minute, ma'am. Of course, we have been given the logo support for the exhibition, sir, and we request your hand-holding for some other matters. I know the word plastics smells of some negativity in the minds of the so-called environmentalists, but as most of the audience here is from the industry, they can vouch that plastics is a lot more than just SUPs. And exhibitions like PLASTINDIA and Hyplex are perfect venues to prove that. And Minister Sir was kind enough to elaborate more on this. When we are having world-class showcases like PLASTINDIA, why spend much time, money and energy traveling so far to Germany and China? So my request to everyone here is to participate, visit and reap maximum benefit. Before ending, just last 2 lines. There are a request to our dynamic lawmakers, also to my industry friends. कौन कहता है अकेले हैं हम? कौन कहता है अकेले हैं हम? कौन कहता है मुश्किलों से लड़ने के लिए नहीं है दम? चाहत इतनी कि बस खड़े रहो आप साथ, चाहत इतनी कि बस खड़े रहो आप साथ, खड़े रहो आप पास, फिर देखो कैसे कूदते हैं, कैसे उछलते हैं हमारे भी कदम. Thank you everyone. God bless.
Okay, I think we have some very good news coming up from Jigesh Doshi ji. So we're waiting anxiously to hear it from you.
सर आपने कुछ भी बोला, लेकिन आप गुजराती एंड मारवाड़ी वो दोनों के मिक्सचर हो. गुज्जू तो फिर भी चटक जाएगा, मारवाड़ी चटक जाएगा, लेकिन आपने तो दोनों का है. अभी पकड़ ही लिया कि यस अभी का अभी. तो यस, इट इज रियली आई हाईली ऑब्लाइज कि फ्रॉम माय कंपनी विशाखा डेफिनेटली बिफोर 2025 we will be putting up a plant in Telangana, and it is my pleasure. It is an opportunity given by yourself. So sir, I am highly obliged. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move towards the conclusion of today's program, we must acknowledge the gracious presence of our dignitaries on stage with mementos. So I request Sri Jigesh Doshi ji to felicitate our Minister, Sri KT Rama Rao garu. I request Sri Ajay ji to felicitate Sri Jayesh Ranjan garu. I request Srimati Padmaja Reddy to felicitate Sri Vimlesh Gupta garu. Thank you. I request Sri Ravish Kamaji to give the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of the PLASTINDIA Foundation, it is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks to complete the PLASTINDIA 2023 promotional event in Hyderabad, the Pearl City of India. PLASTINDIA's achievement in being the largest exhibition of this scale organized by any association globally, or PLASTINDIA Foundation being awarded as the best B2B exhibition organizer in India, is mainly because of the sincere effort by everyone involved and their commitment to the growth of the plastic industry in India. It is teamwork. The global language these days has become before COVID and after COVID. But PLASTINDIA 2023 has always been stronger pre and post-COVID and is going to be stronger even during these tough times. It has become a platform of the growth engine for the Indian plastic industry. I am glad that we have come out with the PLASTINDIA mobile app, which is a great tool for the industry to be in constant contact with PLASTINDIA details and benefits. I am very much honored to thank our chief guest, Shri KT Ramarao Garu, Honorable Minister of IT, Industries, MA and UD, Government of Telangana, to be a part of this program in instilling confidence amongst the plastic industry in Telangana with his presence and encouraging speech. Sir, thank you very much for taking your time and being with us this evening. We continue to look forward to your guidance and encouragement in the plastic industry for the future. My sincere thanks to Sri Jayesh Ranjan Garu, Principal Secretary, Industry and Commerce and IT, Government of Telangana, for your gracious presence. We from PLASTINDIA thank you for all the support to render towards our industry in Telangana. My special thanks goes to Shri Vimlesh Gupta Garu, the President of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh Plastic Manufacturers Association, for his excellent support in making this event a grand success. We appreciate his leadership and his contribution to the industry. Thank you, Gupta Garu. I also thank Shri Jigesh Bhai, Shri Ajay Bhai and Padmaja Madam for being here today. I thank the press and the media for their presence and their support to the plastic industry. My special thanks to the MC, Sarika Ji, who has been a part of the PLASTINDIA Foundation for many years, for her excellent work today. I also thank the PLASTINDIA Secretariat for their hard work in making this event a successful one. I thank all the members of TAPMA for being here with us today, and I now request you all to join us for dinner. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you. I request the dignitaries for a group photograph, please.